Hi there, it's another tarot sesh for Scorpio. I'm the Cannastrologer. My name is Abby. And this is a reading being done for mid-February 2024. But whenever you're seeing this, if the message or the title resonates at all, then it could be meant for you, Scorpio. I'm a little upset because I went through this. It ended up being kind of long. So actually, I'm not that mad. But I went through this entire reading, and went to turn off the recording, and it didn't save at all, any of it. So, and it was such a fantastic reading. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not touching a thing, and I'm going to record this again because I want this message out, and we're just going to do it like this. So I've already laid out the cards, okay? But this is so good. I'm also, welcome back to all of my returning subscribers. As you guys know, I'm also Scorpio. Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, Uranus, Juno, and Vesta. I have a lot of Scorpio on my chart. This hit so hard at home for me. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, we definitely have to talk about this. So, before we get into that, the song that I had on pre-shuffle when I was getting the cards ready first, it's called Broken Pieces. It's by Apocalyptica. It's not a band that I typically listen to, but apparently it's on my shuffle. And it's featuring Lacey. So some of the lyrics are, too late, this is not the answer. I can't pull your heart together with just my voice alone. You cut the peace, Peace, out of me. This double life you lead is eating you up from within, and you left me lying there to bleed. These broken pieces pack up these pieces of me. So, immediately, this sounds like a song of like breaking up, right? Or just walking away from somebody. Or it could be a couple people. It could be a group of people. Somebody that's like used you, abused you. 10/27 on the clock. So somebody could be October 27th. And shout out if any of you drop a comment in the comments below. Let me know where you are. Are you an October Scorpio or are you a November Scorpio? But so somebody could be walking away from a group, a family. It could be like one person, a romance, whatever, because like they used you and abused you. And like you realize this. It's like you have an awakening about it, and you do. And we'll talk about this in just a second. So, okay. So I'm just going to get into it. The first cards that I pulled were the Faerytale Oracle. And top of the deck, we had family. Wherever you go, whatever you do, your family is here for you, mostly, right? But I also had mentioned it's like family is whoever you make it. So it could be your blood relatives, but it also could be your chosen family. Underneath the deck, we had celebrate. The time is right to shout out loud. Don't hesitate to jump around. You're going to be celebrating something sometime soon. And it could be because of family or with family that you'll be celebrating it. So then I pulled the Enchanted Unicorn Oracles, and we got number 26, Transformation. Now I was tripping out because I had done a February bonus reading, which I want you guys to go and watch, especially after this reading. And this was one of the first cards that came out also. And family was a card that came out also. In the Virgo reading that I did before this one, Scorpio, a lot of the same cards came out from that first reading. So definitely go and check it out. I feel like that's going to be like a resonating message, overlying message for most of the readings here. But transform, it means transform your life. Something in the past, recent past, is transforming. It's like the big boom. Could have been something that transformed a situation. Maybe even, usually it's like bad to good, but it could have been, good to bad. Something that kind of pulled the rug out from under your feet. And then the next two cards how do I want to do this? Yeah, I'll just read it this way. So then the next two cards that came out to clarify the transformation was the Five of Wands, which that's fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So it could be any of those signs. You could have it somewhere in your chart as well. But this is usually a card of like fighting or bickering or competition. okay, around you. 5 or more people. And then we have the 3 of Cups, which is usually celebration, just like the, behind the family card there, celebration. This also could mean like third party of some kind. Having to do with emotions, feelings, could be romantic, doesn't have to be. It could be any kind of third party. It could be work related or just like, anything, honestly. That is like you and another person and a thing, right? But it also could be third party. This also could be like 3 people potentially working against you in a competition. So there's that also. So everybody's on different storylines. That's why I'm saying it. And this could be something that transformed a situation, like somebody working against you. And the reason I say working against you is because we have the Ace of Wands. Now, aces are typically like a really good thing. And it's like a gift from the universe. And this is like a passionate new beginning, something to be really excited about. It could be romance-wise, but it also could be like in business and magic. It's in reverse. So when that happens, that's like somebody could be performing magic on you. But also it's like somebody trying to keep you from like a new start. And it could be due to this competition. Somebody could have been trying to compete with you. Maybe you didn't even know. So then, present energy, we've got number 27. So again, shout out. Also now I'm seeing 10:31 Halloween on the clock. Shout out though to, October 27th. But also somebody could be 27 years old. 2 + 7 is 9. 9s are wounded warrior energy. Wounded warriors are actually some of my favorite energy. It's the person who's been like through the trenches, up through the ups and downs, the ins, the outs. They're a very wise leader because they have a vast amount of knowledge because they've been through it all, but they're tired. They're ready to get that 10th wand, lay down the burdens and move on, right? Go to the next cycle, go to the next phase. This is the awakening. Number 27, the Greenwood card. So this is somebody having an awakening, realizing what needs to happen. Why? Because it's clarified by the 5 of Pentacles, being left out in the cold, being locked out, could be of a home or a building or a company, something or anything that deals with money, pentacles, coins, finance, something that holds you back, like because of competition. And then we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, typically the 4 of Pentacles is someone who is saving, money, the coins. She's sitting here literally holding a coin purse, and then behind there is like a city. She's like refraining from going to the city and spending and shopping. But this is also my take it to the bank card, which is like what the purse represents. Now, in reverse, this means that, she's not able to save or she's going through money quickly. Not because of shopping or spending or anything, but what this is telling me is somebody's really trying to hold somebody back, hold back their finances, keep things from them, and somebody's having an awakening about this. They're realizing there's been some scrupulous activity going on behind the scenes. Like something's not right. Then we have the King of Discs. Now, the King of Discs could be good, could be bad. And I say that because you could have like a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo coming in to try to help you. Typically, the King of Discs is somebody he's very wealthy, business smart, business savvy, takes care of everybody around him, but he works all the time. He's all about material goods and money, right? This could be you working with somebody coming in to try to help you, which also leads to an awakening. This could be you powering up into this kind of energy. Or this could be somebody coming in who's a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus that's trying to hold you back. For most of you, I feel like if anybody's trying to hold you back, it's this competitive energy out here. Somebody's trying to keep you from a celebration, trying to keep you from, a new start. But I feel like for most of you, there could be somebody coming in, either coming in to help you or you powering up into this energy. Maybe even coming into like a great amount of money. or just like working really, really hard. Then we've got number 34, sex magic, love, sex, and magic. Now, for some of you, what they were doing here in the beginning, this transformation, was a form of sex magic, trying to hold you from a partnership. And I say that because we then have lovers underneath the deck. And behind the lovers, we've got the emperor. This would be your emperor coming in, your lover. Then we've got the magician behind that. That's trickster energy, Virgo, Gemini energy. Now, the emperor could know a little bit of magic and be able to transform energy. And if he's that king of discs energy coming in to help you, that could be part of it too. Or this could be a completely new person. But I feel very strongly that it's a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. They could be young at heart, kind of act a little immature, but they're still like just very passionate. Or this could just be the very, very, very beginning of a relationship with that person. And you see it coming. It's wish fulfillment. That's the next card behind it. Okay. Then clarifying that is the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is water energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. It means walking away from one thing so that you can walk towards another. Now, she's walking away from a bowl of fire, but that could be anything that she let on fire. It could be like her manifesting what she wants. Then she lights it on fire, walks away from it, and then she walks towards the sun, which is her destiny, her future. You know, it could be this, like, you know, whether or not sex magic was performed to, you know, inhibit, you know, from some kind of transformation. I feel like the spell is broken. And I say that because then we have defeat. You defeated whatever this negative energy was, whether it was multiple people, whether it was one person. You defeated it with the Five of Swords. With the Five of Swords, that's air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But it talks about, it's like bittersweet victory. When you're battling people that you potentially know and love, but somebody's got to be the winner, and then somebody is not the winner, right? You defeated whoever was trying to hold you back. And now you're walking away from it towards your future, towards a new relationship, towards what everybody's been trying to hold you back from. Whatever, you defeated it. So then underneath the deck there, clarifying the lovers, we've got the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands talks about having the courage to look back and reflect on your past and use those lessons that you learned in order to move forward. And that's what the Awakening card's all about. It's like you were reflecting and realizing like all of these things that were happening, you know, and then it's like you realize who the real culprit was. And so you put it all in the past, and you, instead of doing anything not necessarily about it, it's like instead of trying to fight it yourself or do anything else worse, you walked away. You handled it with grace. Behind that, we've got the Ace of Swords. That's the truth. It's a victory for you. It's victory. Behind that, we've got the Emperor again. It's like you're either powering up and becoming victorious in this Emperor-like energy, or you could be coming into connection with somebody with that energy. It could be Aries. Also, you could have an Aries in your life that's having a Tower moment. And a High Priestess could have seen this ahead of time. But also, another storyline is you could be coming into connection with an Emperor. And it is a Tower moment, but this is more like a good Tower moment. Because you used your intuition with the High Priestess. You could have also been, you know, getting tarot card readings and tapping into, you know, the divine for a new beginning, looking for that new beginning, taking a leap of faith, trusting, believing. As you move toward your happiness, the Sun, that's the happiest card of the freaking tarot deck. Because you're the star. You had hope. This is healing. This is going to be healing energy, like because you just defeated the monster, right? And put an end to it with the Death card. That's us, Scorpio. That's you. right? That's transformation at its finest. It's the reaper. It's like, we're done. It's over. Because you were diligent. And this plays in to the future oracle here. So remember this. It talks about diligence, right? Which leads to happiness, ultimate fulfillment. The 10 of Cups. Happy home, happy life, happy wife. All right. So, moving on to the oracle. And then, 11:11 on the clock. That's twin flame energy. So I was going to say, some of you could be actually having the courage to move towards your divine partner. And that's like 11:11 energy. So then we pulled from the Faerytale Oracle. And underneath the deck, we had number 42, the Wild Swans, dedication. And that's where that diligence card comes in. This story talks about... So the Wild Swan fairy tale is about a girl, and she has all these brothers, and these brothers got turned into swans. And the only way that she could turn her brothers back from swans was to weave some kind of fabric with the fiber of nettles, which are stinging nettles, and they hurt your hands. And she couldn't say a word about it. And it took her years in order to gather all the materials to do this, but she couldn't say a word the entire time. And people thought she was crazy, and it was painful, and it hurt. But she finally did it, and she was able to reverse the spell, release the spell. Like I said, I felt like there was some spell work done, right? Now, this card also talks about, so like, it's like, people may look at you like you're crazy because you're so dedicated to something, but what they don't see is why you're doing it. Like, what's the reason? Because they're too blinded at what they think is weird or unnatural to themselves, but they don't realize that you're inspiring, you're helping others. They don't know, but it doesn't matter because you're doing what's best for other people and yourself, and you get rewarded for that. So then there's another way to look at it, and it's like the dedication of the people trying to hurt you. It's like, that's crazy talk, right? But that's what this talks about. There's like, dedication goes both ways. There's people dedicated to just looking at you and misunderstanding you. That's their problem, not yours, you know? But then there's dedication at what you do that people may think is crazy. So take it as it resonates. Then, top of the deck, we had Snow White. It's card number 1. And this makes me... Okay, so we had, like, family with celebration in the beginning. We had celebration here. I felt like this was more celebration of other people. It was premature. But it's like walking away, just defeating someone and walking away. That's a celebration in itself because life is meant to be enjoyed with the all souls underneath the deck. Oh, and underneath that is attract a lover. Love spell. Sex magic love spell. I'm telling you, like, somebody had performed potentially sex magic to try to keep you away from a lover, but that has backfired. That has backfired. And now you're able to walk away from that and move towards love, happiness, partnership. Because you're pure of heart, like Snow White was. And I want to read this one for you because this is a good story. This is a good fairy tale. And we all know the story of Snow White. But let me read this. So, one of the deep themes of the story of Snow White is that of being betrayed by those who you believed to be family. Those who have come closer to you than any others before, and in whom that you have placed your trust in life. So, like, it could have been like, you know, people around you, whether at work or in a family or in a friend group or school or something like that, right? But secretly, they had competition against you, and there could have been a group of like 3 women that were even against you, right? And they were trying to hold you back from a passionate new beginning, whether that was in romance or relationships or business or whatever. So, and it is those who claim to care most about you who are in most danger of casting you out, rejecting you, or hurting you at present. Before you were any kind of a threat to their status, they loved you and they cared for you, but now you are more of a rival to them. You have risen slowly through no fault or flaw of your own and are seen as an impediment to their own standing. So cast you out they shall, and destroy you they will, and if they can get close to you again. They have taken their true affection for you and twisted it, their jealousy, a bile in which love is turned to resentment, and for which you are no more responsible than the sun coming up each day is responsible for the moon growing paler in the sky. If this card comes to speak with you, be aware that you are leaving an idolized version of family and home behind. You're walking away, right? You will be sent far from home, but this adventure and journey into what you fear will be the making of you. There will be strong companions along the way, and they will stand by your side no matter how hard this new path becomes. You will be guarded and blessed and watched over again and again, and while there will be attempts to harm you, not a single one will permanently mark or taint you. The one vulnerability that you have is failing to recognize malevolence in all of its disguises, which is the apple. For one will offer a gift, which is tainted, which could harm you and cause you to forget your purpose. So I always said that too. It's like, anytime that I've ever strayed off my path of purpose or been offered a job that gives you so much money that you forget what your true purpose is, that is when life comes to, the universe will readjust you. And then it feels like a tower moment. So it's better just to make the right decisions in the first place and don't get sidetracked by big deals or money or disguises or whatever. So even if this does take place, you will return to memory and wisdom in your true path once again. It's just like the longer route, right? With your recreated and authentic family by your side. It's just more lessons. So take it as it resonates. So Snow White is the tale of a young woman who is acceptable until she reaches maturity in beauty and form, thus placing the light of the queen, her stepmother, in the shade. A plot to kill her by striking her through her heart cannot work, as the huntsman sent to destroy her recognizes her innocence. So, this is only for some of you. But you also could have had somebody trying to unalive you. There could have been a plot against your life. Think about it. And especially if there was 3 women working against you, trying to keep you from a passionate new beginning through magic of some sort. Could have been sex magic even. Above all, we are left with a sense of uncorrupted innocence, even when wisdom is gained through all of the trials of her tests within the enchanted forest. That wisdom is the awakening. Green wood, forest. Wow. Even her time asleep in the brittle womb of the glass coffin goes wrong, and she survives. And through the test of her time in the wood, pursued by the huntsman, befriended by the gnomes, the men, the miners, the animals, and the birds, are all drawn to her heart. It is your innocence, in your uncorrupted heart, the beauty of your character that will shine through this time. Even when others would grow bitter and do harm, you do not and will not. Yet you gather wisdom to you and come forth reborn, stronger, loved, mature, and ripened in the light of experience. You have looked upon evil, but it has not made its way into you. That is a great triumph indeed. That's the celebration. That's the victory, right? So my right ear is ringing. Meaning triumph of the pure heart, rejection, rivalry, attack cannot change you. You are trustworthy and loving. Animals are naturally drawn to you. You will have many lifetimes before you die. You will survive great tests. You are good to all, and your kindness will be rewarded. Scorpio. How awesome is that? I love that so much for us. So then, the last but not least oracle that I pulled was the Liminal Spirits Oracle. And bottom of the deck, we got clay. And then the top of the deck, we got snake, which is crazy because in the Virgo reading, they also got snake. So, we're going to read clay first. Where is snake? I just saw it. There it is. Okay. So clay has long played an important part in creation myths, especially to those that say that God's fashioned humankind from clay and breathed life into it. This connection is still present within the Jewish myth of the golem, a creature made of clay that is brought to life with breath and sacred words. Clay is the result of fine particles being deposited over time by bodies of water. Across the world, every culture has developed its own system of ceramics, using clay for utilitarian containers, home construction, spiritual and decorative objects. Our hands give clay shape, and fire transforms its molecules into something that stands the test of time. So we could be strong like clay. We're resilient Scorpios, and we stand the test of time. So messages, all it takes is a touch to make an impression upon clay, and something begins to take shape. Realize that even small gestures can impact others greatly, for better or for worse. The situation is workable, meaning that you can make changes, reshape it, add more to it, and take away from it as long as you are willing to invest in it. And then while clay is strong and resilient, once fired, it can be broken, and it can be very hard to put the pieces back together again. So the song was Broken Pieces. Okay? And she was saying, these broken pieces, pack these pieces of me and move on. Right? So, but it can be very hard to put the pieces back together again. Do not conflate the ability to withstand fire with being incapable of damage. Handle with care and be cautious. Don't assume that everyone else already knows the rules. So if this is in regards to like a relationship, and maybe like it's something that you need to invest in, work on, malleable like clay, but if there's fire to it, if there's any kind of fire and passion to it, it's like you got to be careful not to break it, because it could be very fragile and then hard to put back together again. So then we've got snake. The snake and humanity have been linked by myths since ancient times. While most people are familiar with the story of Eve succumbing to the persuasive charms of a damning serpent in the Garden of Eden, there are myths all over the world linking the snake with the creation of the world and being the true bringer of wisdom. Outside the limited concept of sin, the snake reveals to us the mysteries of death, rebirth, healing, and transformation. So messages. A message bearing wisdom and insight is heading your way. Heed the words you hear, even if they make you uncomfortable. Something new and exciting is coming your way. A cycle that keeps repeating itself must be examined. Ask yourself, is this a healthy pattern or something that must be broken? And then be careful not to let fear or insecurity overtake you. Just because you don't understand something doesn't make it wrong. So you could feel like maybe somebody's a snake, but then realize that you just didn't understand them correctly. So let's be careful with that, because actually snakes can be very wise. They stand for wisdom. Also you got to be careful with snakes though. Make sure that they're not venomous. So, okay. That's what I have for you, Scorpio. I see you defeating a situation, becoming extremely victorious in a situation. You may have a King of Discs, somebody coming in to help you, or you powering up into this type of energy, and then you could be even walking towards a potential relationship. But you are defeating somebody, whether or not it's a relationship or not, you're defeating something, someone, could be a family situation, or it could, end up being, celebrating with a family situation because of some type of victory. But life is meant to be enjoyed. You should enjoy it, especially if it is a lover situation. You are pure of heart, Scorpio. You did a good job. You really did. So that's what I've got for you. Move forth with courage. As you know, it's together we grow. I always love spending this time and energy, reading with you. If you're interested, if this brought you clarity, insight, or answers, please make sure that you like, share, and smash that subscribe button. Share it with your friends. If you're interested in a personal reading, I have all of the contact information below this video. Get yourself entered for the free Chill Still Pipe by entering or subscribing to the newsletter. All of it's in the description below. And have a really great, fantastic week. I will see you on the flip side. Y'all take peace. You all take care and peace.